Greetings, thank you for joining us. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Fifth Dimension. Okay, we're going to do Nebuchadnezzar channeling, or the more positive side of it. I don't know the whole details. I don't know the Bible. I don't know any of that. I know he was there somewhere doing something, but either way, I felt it's basically I think a power ring or something like that. So it connected more to the magic of that time period, basically. Also, before I went into all the, as I was putting this together, okay, and also it connected to 12th dimension energies, but basically the Nebuchadnezzar energy of, they mentioned that the jinn, a lot of the jinn are lost souls that kind of became blind, you can say. And became kind of so lost, they don't know where to go. So they just go wherever they are, whatever they can attach themselves to. And that's where, I believe that during the time of Babylon is when the jinn really got out of control. It was not so bad in the beginning, but then it became from what I can feel, like a soul can die and become a jinn, or to get taken over by a jinn and become a jinn, something like that. At least that's the energy I'm getting from it, which I wouldn't be too surprised. All depends on the soul itself, because souls get possessed all the time when they cross over to become ghosts or whatever the hell it is. They can. I think it's actually rare, but it does happen. So, when you hear about a soul and they cross over, they get pulled into somewhere else, and that type of thing. So it makes sense. It's another part of their fucking journey. Yeah. I also go into 12th dimension, but it feels like there's Babylon, a reason for Babylon's energy, because connected to Ra yesterday. As people activate themselves, going to more higher dimension energies, as another way of letting go of the third dimension mindset, allow more magic to come in. And of course, Babylon has a great deal of that. Of course, a lot of it's lost, but you connect to it, you feel it, there's a lot more going on there. So, like we had the war in Iraq and all that, it's kind of like symbolism of, just even Osama Hussein said he was Nebuchadnezzar reincarnated. So, it's kind of, it is important. It does play a role in our awakening. If you want to see it that way or not, it's up to you. People aren't really ready to see it, obviously, but we're here to snap out of a coma and go into the next level. So, obviously, that's not so easy. So, one second here. Okay. Alright, for those who are new to all this, I'm talking whatever this is. We have private sessions throughout the week. We're going to have a channel, Google Hangouts and Zoom channel on my phone. It's all recorded if you want it to be. And 10 to 7 days for delivery. Same situation here. There are channels and heroes I do recommend. Social networking and awesomeness. Thank you for your support. The rabbit is on its way. It'll probably be another week or two for the rabbit to be finished. Not that anybody's racing for it, but you never know. The next one's gonna be I put the rabbit together, the script, and then way in advance, and then when I get to it, when I finally get to the, I'm like several issues ahead, so like I'm on like 17 or something like that, or 18, and we're just going into 15 now, and I'm rewriting 15 again, so it's fucked up. It's funny. Alright, okay, 12th dimension energies, but it seems like Nebuchadnezzar has something to say, so bring his energy in. I also felt an Egyptian princess that once had something to say also. That was it. Well, I'll just say what it is. A lot of the Egyptian princesses, or however you want to look at it, a lot of females, a lot of Egyptian princesses from the ancient world, a lot of them were like sorceresses, and they have powerful witches in the past. Over time, they lost their power due to war, due to abuse of power. A lot of them abused it. But a lot of the, and it makes sense. It's like, the Atlanteans had the female energy was very powerful, like the most powerful. But then it started to downgrade throughout the ages. So Egypt is where they kind of cleared out, that was like the end of the age of it. Of course, it's not in history, but from what I feel, it was definitely there. You can say some of the females created the jinn to control the male, to mess with them. So they became, yeah, a lot of females became really dark, like so dark, like yeah, like so much abusive power there, so much just they lost their minds. Yeah, they couldn't. The male is a scumbag. Well, yeah, get in line. So a lot of the like voodoo, like a voodoo princess type of thing in the past. Obviously, you're not going to find that in hieroglyphs anywhere. That was all buried, or not even written. But I mean, it makes sense because it had to go somewhere. So some of them use it for positive, but I believe a lot of them that use it for positive went to more the druids and Delphi, or place in Delphi. You know, they went to areas where they can, you know, they went somewhere. The islands, whatever it might be, like Hawaii or somewhere just out of the regions. But Egypt was a place where just it's like the power-hungry area of the world, one of them at least. So Babylon had more male power energy. Egypt had more female. Of course, you would not know that by the pharaohs and all that, but it was a more powerful energy there. Like I say, deep in past, but the Bible just happened to leave a lot of that out from what I'm picking up on. So, yeah, makes sense. Okay, all right, bring Nebuchadnezzar in and Egyptian princess. See if there's anything else to add to that. So basically, healing Atlantean energies. We're healing ourselves. We're going back to our power slowly. Obviously, humanity's you know, as backwards as it can get, driving the back, you know, it's driving in reverse as usual. But you know, that's nothing wrong with that. That's, you know, normal for a world like this. So it become unusual to turn the wheel, you know, turn it the other direction, let them face themselves. So either way. Oh yeah, to add to it too, I do feel like the Archon grid is lifting. You know, it's on our streets, it's in our lives. You know, our you know, the Archon grids are, you know, 12 levels of school. Archon grid. How the streets are all mapped out. Archon grid. Everything's an Archon grid. Most things, except for nature, it doesn't have that. It doesn't get affected by it. But you know, it's, you know, because trees kind of grow all over the place. And that's kind of the point. So you know, you get rid of all these grids around the planet, and get rid of all these skyscrapers. Then you have a different, yeah, all these cities. Oh my gosh, you just pull in. Jeez, just no one. I'm surprised we're even still here when you really think about it. Because it's just so all this manipulation come from different places. But either way, we're here to do a cleansing for sure. So. Alright, here we go. Nice Black Hawk. It was a helicopter. I'm not sure it's a Black Hawk. Black Hawk, which you never know. Alright, blessings. Here we go. Souls here are having difficulties finding themselves. This is Nebuchadnezzar. Blessings. As yes, well, the power ring. Realize the stones of the rings are, yes, the chakras. Colors, chakras. The diamond, basically, the diamond's like your soul, your vibration, you. So, you know, it's a diamond, can't break, can't be broken very easily. The soul. Fractal self, fractal energies here. So magic on your planet. Yes, many wish to open up to their telekinesis, their inner power, higher power. It is to be true to yourself. What's on your mind? The more that you are true to yourself, not to say you have to bring out all your skeletons and all that, and so, oh, okay, I did this in the past, did that in the past. But the more that you're honest with others, the more you're honest with yourself and the universe, the more you can open up your abilities. Not to say you have the mean spirit or anything like that when you have something to say, but it's good that your more honesty within yourself opens up so many doors, allows telekinesis to occur, because you're easier to connect to nature. your power, you're basically connecting to Mother Earth's vibration. And you're just basically connected to the angelic self. And you're bringing things to you and sending things to others. Healing, yes. Now, with telekinesis also comes healing for yourself and others. This is why some have difficulties bringing those energies in. Realize the healing ability is very important. Now, many of you are already healers, or you feel that healing energy, and you do say what's on your mind, which is good. Is basically you're bringing in a more higher aspect of others and themselves. When you do a healing, you're bringing a higher vibration version of them in, which can cure cancer, which can cure many things. Now, not many of you are necessarily here to do that for individuals. Some of you are. Some of you can connect, as you do a healing on somebody, you can feel the other versions of them, a dark version, a positive version, a female version, whatever it is that's interfering. And that shows the multiverse is operating, the multi-earths are all operating in synchronicity and synchronized. So this is where you're heading to have a more clear point of view. The human here is just programmed by your televisions, your news, each other. Now you're clearing out your kundalini as you give more, self-love. You're just unlocking yourself. More honesty with yourself and others. And yes, many are fake on your world. They put on this persona, but they're actually something else. The more real you are, some people get the most, some people don't like realism, as you can see. People would rather the fakeness. That's why your reality is continuing the way it is. That's why Hollywood exists. Because there's a lot of fakery and a lot of the acting. Meaning that the programming. Your television is like, how do I learn how to be a fake person? Just look at entertainment. And so the fakery continues on. You put on this professional persona, and it's just not doing anyone justice, even yourselves. Obviously, we put on a positive vibration for others, but some activate the fake energies constant. And that's black magic in operation. Because you're not allowing the true self to come through. Because many feel like if I'm true to everyone, I'm going to lose money. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have that. So what? The more true self comes out, the more your power ignites. Now, many of you are doing this operation of connecting already on that, but not everyone's ready to do telekinesis abilities just yet. The reason being the Earth is still aligning to a higher vibration. Not to say you can't activate it, but many are having difficulties because the Earth is still going through a shift. Meaning that, yes, you have the intentions, you work with the powers that you have. Telekinetic abilities will come through as it's needed for the Earth Collective. Not to say you can't do it, because you may have an urge to do it. It's just that the Earth is not ready for it yet. You might be ready, but the Earth is just shaking its head. It's like, especially you have to go through that situation, and your timelines are still aligning to that where it can occur. So the possibilities of it happening are still very high. The soul still has to figure itself out. Once again, being a balance with yourself. Ask the universe to be balanced with yourself. And you might get answers like, not yet. You still have this bunch of lessons to learn at this time. But you're on the right path. Because many want to skip, as you know, to the 12th grade when you're in kindergarten. Not to say you're not at a higher level right now, but many want to go to a higher level, and you have not passed the lessons of in front of you today. Basically what's to occur. And then you're going to bring in a new vibration to others. Because your telekinesis ability is basically connect to nature easier, the soul of others, and your healing ability can be magnified to like a Jesus level. So, we realize many like to have a high power, but realize that's the responsibility that comes with it's another story. There's no manual of how this all operates. And your Atlantean's proven that it can go wrong, haywire at any time. So this is a gradual process. You're using your abilities to clear out the programming of today. Allow high vibrational knowledge to slowly move in. So yes, the superhero person will eventually be known in your physical. So entertainment is echoing it is manifesting powerful beings, but not just yet. Right now, you have to learn the lessons of today. Yes, focus on the now. Not to say you cannot see the future. Now is most important, though. Because so many are so busy looking into the future, they don't recognize what they have, but the power they have right now, what they can use for it. They can manifest finances for somebody that needs it, or health energies that need it, which is most important. Also, you're manifesting your money system being vaporized for your planets, but not just yet. So expect more of your shifts to occur. Basically, you're going to realign your Earth with the moon and the stars, and allow more teachings of higher dimensional knowledge to occur. It's like you have the book, but you have not quite opened it yet. The world's not always ready for a book to be opened. You'd be surprised. The knowledge is here, but the access is just not. For others, they've come here as a wizard energy, as a magician vibration, as all of you have capability of to a level that you're comfortable with. Some people downgrade themselves for a reason because they know they can't handle it. Especially when you get in a relationship and you just want to just send a spark out to somebody, just nip their ear a little bit. So that's another reason why power isn't here so much as it used to be. But it does not mean you're not shifting. Your ascension all has to do with you realigning to the sun, the true sun energies, where you start activating your chakras more in your higher dimensional self. And that's when change occurs on your world. Humanity is still having, yes, the Bible is very much similar to like People magazine. It's like a gossip novel. It's leaving a great deal out and keeping the juicy stuff in. Yes, it has lessons, but it also does not give you the full picture. So, it's a cryptic book. It is being, the versions of it, obviously people are saying interpretations aren't entirely correct, which can also bring in a false timeline, a negative timeline, whatever it might be. It's like, you must suffer all the time or something like that, which technically you don't have to. It creates problems than more than solutions. It can bring in positivity, especially when you're going through that timeline you just brought in. It can help you out of it eventually. So, of course, everyone's different. Not everybody brings in those timelines, but many do, though. So, yes, your church is the opposite of spirituality, as you know. It's like the temple within is more important than any outside temple. You bring in your own vibrations, your own version of reality. And that's when it gets more exciting. That's when you activate your abilities. Many are afraid to open themselves up, as you know. It's not so easy, is it? Especially when your business gets affected, your job gets affected. I mean, if you want to truly be an actual yourself, you'd be like the biggest weirdo on the planet. And some are just obviously, it's like magicians are freaks. But they own it. They know what they are. They're not afraid to show them their skills, because when you open up your abilities, you're not afraid to show it and use it wisely. Using it wisely is one of the hardest things about it. It's like you're wearing a Halloween costume on a daily basis. You're a weirdo, but you're allowing more of the universe to touch down and work through you. So this is why clearing out blockages is so important. And inner healing, wishing to be healed, can allow inner power to flow through. and you become a powerful being. Not to say you're not powerful now. You're still learning the lessons of basically coming out as your higher dimensional self. Not the easiest, is it, when you think about it. There's a lot of trickster energies here, and they're not going to last forever. They get on the weak, they get on what's popular. Trickster energies control the popularity of your planet. Isn't this what's popular? This is what everybody wants to be. Everybody wants to have blonde hair and be skinny as a rail and eat celery all day. So eventually food on your planet will not even exist. You need it for stress, you need it for healing to some degree, knowledge of the third dimension. Physical food is third dimensional programming for some, not all. Eventually you'll remove all that, but many of you need it at this time for certain functions. Realize those that eat very less feel like they are high as a kite, right? So that gives you an idea of how that operates. So, blessings to you. Greetings to you, Archangel Michael. Blessings to you. Yes, the history of your witch and your wizard. Your witch is the lost Atlanteans. They came here through Atlantis, broke free, were lost, high vibrational humans, and thought they could run amok, control the planet. Many of them thought so. Lowered the Earth's vibration. Many of them were actually supposed to be future mothers of the Earth, meaning to bring in a new to keep Mother Earth's vibration high. But many of the females chose to be bringing darkness, and also they got weaponized because of it, meaning that the female body got affected big time to shut them down. They had to. They all got shut down. Because just one female enough to take your planet out, yes. They were all, there's, you can look at this however you want. But when you think about it, how female rage is on your world, you realize they had no choice but to break it down. You call it Anunnaki, you call it whoever they want. It was brought down because when Atlantis lost its alignment, many of the humans went nuts. A lot of the Atlantean knowledge is here to keep humans sane. But when the humans kept being experimented with, Atlantis lost psychic connection to them. And that's where the high-powered, demonic beings occurred, basically, of overpowered humans. For a long time, humans were very much aligned with Atlantean energies, with all alien beings. But as experiments continued and continued and continued, humans just went off the rails. And so many precautions had to be done to shut the human down, mainly the female, because the male was... Some females wanted to get rid of the male. Of course, some males want to get rid of the female. The women are a little bit more. They were a little bit more able to do that than the male was, to get rid of them, to wipe out the male altogether. That was part of your past. Obviously, that's not in your Bible for various reasons. Obviously, they leave a great deal out of your Bible. It's like the cliff notes of the past. Interpret it as you wish. You're probably better off not knowing how the world was in the past. But as you see your current world and how it operates today, seeing the history of your Earth isn't so difficult. Now, do you want to see it is another story. Because the history of your Earth, yes, is not exactly something you want to say during Thanksgiving dinner. Or Christmas, for that matter. There's a lot of details that has been left out for various reasons, but eventually human will recognize it and help to grow. It's like, it's like why you keep like a lot of knowledge in the closet. That is your Atlantis. Not just the Atlantis, but the situation of the day. Yes, your Bible has, once again, versions of it, but there's still a lot more that's been left out for various reasons. So, just as, yes, Nebuchadnezzar is speaking about knowing more about yourselves, you're allowing more Atlantean knowledge to come through gradually through each other. There's going to hit a point where you're just going to hear the most outrageous stuff and you're not going to have trouble believing it. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not, the vibration has been released. The door has been opened. Because there's a lot of the history of Earth. Because realize shutting down your human was not as easy as it sounds. And the way the human turned into in the past, it's not exactly been written or not. You can visualize it, but a lot of those memories have been blocked for various reasons. Meaning you don't have to remember it yet, but eventually you will. And some might feel a little bit uneasy about it, especially when you feel... The idea of wizards and magic sounds great and everything, but only to those that know how to manage it well. Yeah, it's like giving a 5-year-old a gun, basically, or a bazooka, whatever it might be. That's pretty much your past. And it's a lot more, or a nuclear weapon for that matter. The human, yes, became so easily programmed that it was out of control. As it is today. It's actually a lot more tame now than it was in the past. Meaning that once the human lost control, it was very difficult to, even for reptilians or other beings, to keep them in line. Even the aliens can barely keep it together. So, obviously not many aliens want to hear that, but it's true. So, yeah, it's like your humans became wild animals of your past. But very powerful and just with no direction whatsoever. The idea system, they thought they knew what they were doing. They thought, just like your world right now, thinks it has it all figured out, right? Well, that's how many of them thought. And they're very destructive. So, you see it here, but at a lower level, which is good. How many people in your world think they know everything? Well, that's your Atlanteans times 1,000. They know it's best. It vaporizes this person. Some are very positive, created a great amount of healing to your Earth. That's why your Hawaiian Islands are still here. That's why there's this positive. Now, your nuclear bombs are in your 1950s was there to lower your Earth's vibration, obviously. Obviously, it was there to wipe out your planet. If they can't do that, they'd be more than happy to just lower its energy. And it did an excellent job of that. But now you're changing things. Yes, a lot of the chemical warfare is still going on today in your foods and the things you're breathing and all of that. That will all come to an end eventually. When the human is ready to, yes, see itself. When it's ready to face itself. Ready to make peace with itself and allow the inner energy, inner knowledge to come out. Not to say you have to tell the world, but it's like, what is it within me that I need to know about? Can I unlock it? Yes, universe, can I unlock myself? And that's when you feel more free. That's when your power truly comes in. It does take time, of course. It's not for everybody. But this is where you're heading. Make peace with yourself. And it's like when you're looking within yourself, it's like all the skeletons are now gone. There might be one or two here and there, but not like it was before. Now, some of you need those skeletons for lessons, so you might pull out a couple of them. Yeah, there's a lot of inner turmoil that others need to experience through you. There's different reasons for it. So, to fully heal oneself, yeah, it's a gradual process. But you can remove some blockages here and there. It will take you to the level of higher dimensional being that you need to experience here, the version of it. So, yeah, seeing flying people here is being tested through fiction, but full human flight will occur on Earth's planet, no doubt. You got a while for it, but it will definitely happen. So, humans flying, yes, you're going back to that eventually. So, let's see.